Hey there, you're watching High Five. My cat fell asleep on the keyboard and accidentally wrote the script to this episode. It turned out to be full of interesting facts about inventions accidentally made but are very useful. Here's 10 inventions made by mistake. The microwave was invented on accident by an American engineer named Percy Spencer. His goal was to make magnetrons, devices that generated radio waves for early versions of satellites. It was during one of his experiments that he uncovered that a chocolate bar in his jacket pocket had melted completely. After that, he began testing the effects of microwaves on things like eggs and popcorn. In a short time after, the first microwave oven was created that weighed 750 pounds and was the size of a large refrigerator. In 1853, in the city of Saratoga, New York, a restaurant's regular got on the nerves of staff by claiming the fries they made him were too thick and moist. The restaurant's chef got tired of the picky patron and decided to play a practical joke on him by cutting the potatoes as thinly as possible and then frying them. They turned out too thin and crispy to use a fork with, but the restaurant's guest was finally satisfied. Not long after, Saratoga chips became a staple on their menu, and now potato chips are a worldwide favorite. Businessman Sylvan Goldman was the owner of a grocery store. He noticed that some shoppers didn't purchase certain products simply because they were too heavy to carry. Once, by chance, he noticed how a woman shopper set down her groceries on a little toy cart that her son was pulling by rope. First, Goldman experimented by putting wheels on crates, and then put in an order to an engineer that created the first prototype shopping cart that closely resembles the same ones used all over the world today. The creator of this accidental invention was just 11 years old. A boy by the name of Frank Epperson dissolved a drink mix and for some reason didn't drink it right away but left it with a spoon in outside. The weather was cold and with freezing temperatures, the mix quickly solidified. The boy loved the frozen ice so much that he began to share it with everyone around him. Word of the popsicle got out and now everyone's tried one. In 1903, the French scientist Edward Benedictus dropped a beaker on the floor. To his surprise, the beaker didn't break. The scientist was very surprised by this and decided to investigate further. He found out that the beaker had a solution of collodion mixed into it before and wasn't washed out and dried on its surface. Soon thereafter, the first safety glass was created that went into automobile manufacturing thanks to Volvo Company in 1944. In 1908, Swedish chemist Jacques Bradenberger attempted to create a tablecloth that greatly increased the protection of the tables it's laid on from spots and the like. He created a malleable covering from viscose that, although was too tough for use on tables, ended up perfect for covering food products, and then 10 years later, the first production of cellophane wrap began. In 1839, Charles Goodyear attempted to mix rubber with magnesium, nitric acid, and lime, the material. Nothing came of it. Then, attempting the mix with rubber and sulfur, he unintentionally dropped it on a stove and created the same elastic rubber that's all around us today, used for the production of tires, basketballs, and shoes. One of the most well-known salads, the Cesar, was created on accident too. On July 4th, 1924, during independence celebrations, Cardini's restaurant was so packed with people, there weren't enough snacks to go around for everyone. Stores were closed on holidays, so Cardini had to use his wit and intuition. He mixed everything he had in the kitchen: cheese, eggs, salad, garlic, and even bread. The meal was a hit, and Cardini's Cesar rose to prominence. Thomas Sullivan, a tea seller in New York, decided to sell tea in small silk bags as a means of effectiveness. Sales skyrocketed because buyers would just dunk the entire pouch right into their tea makers and pour in hot water. They liked the result, and that's how tea bags were invented. Viagra was invented by a scientist who was on a search for a medicine to help patients facing cardiac problems. But strangely enough, upon testing, his patient's blood began to circulate downstairs, as opposed to up to the heart. The medicine became a godsend for men with erectile dysfunction. And that was 10 inventions made by accident. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next episode.